Hello from our room at Pop Century. So we just enjoyed a very nice dinner and Disney Springs at Jaleo.
Mm-hmm.
So, what were your thoughts overall?
I'm so full.
Yes.
I put so many interesting little things in my tummy today.
Yeah, it was good. Um, thought it was very interesting flavors, very nice flavors combined and whatnot. So,
Mm-hmm.
this was part of Orlando's Magical Dining Month, and what that is from August 28th of 2020 through October 4th, 2020. There are several restaurants in the Orlando area that are offering this special,
Mm-hmm.
where it's $35 per person for a prefix meal. Most places it's an appetizer, entree, and dessert. Jaleo works a little bit differently because of the tapas format of the restaurant, so it's actually like a five-course meal. Um, but the proceeds from this restaurant, it's really to benefit the Feed the Need for Florida. So what that is a charity to help people who have struggled with getting access to healthy foods during the COVID crisis. So what they're doing is for every person that participates in this magical dining, the restaurant will donate $1 of the proceeds to this charity. So nice way to give back to the community and whatnot, and a nice way to try some new restaurants too.
Mm-hmm.
So there's like five or six in the Disney area specifically. So at Disney Springs, there's Jaleo, there's Terralina, there's Wolfgang Puck, and Paddlefish are the four, I believe. And then the two at Swan Dolphin, so there's Kimonos and Il Molino. So today we tried Jaleo. So the menu consisted of five different courses and the choice of one item per course. So for our first course, we did the traditional pan con tomate queso manchego. I'm probably butchering the Spanish 100%. I did not take Spanish, but it was essentially tomato bread, toasted bread served with like a tomato spread on top, and then a manchego cheese on top of that. So what were your thoughts on this as a starter?
It was good. It was very fresh.
Yeah, I agree. I think fresh is a word to describe kind of the whole meal. A lot of the flavors were just refreshing and just fresh tasting.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't like a marinara type of tomato, like it was tomato.
Yes.
So yeah, I thought this was very nice. Nice way to start the meal. Caveat is something weird happened, and we actually got our second course first, and then immediately after that, our first course came. So we just got like bombarded with food.
Yes, we had our first two courses kind of at the same time.
Yeah, so that was interesting, but it is
But
what
all
it
of it
is.
was good,
It
so
was all good.
I wasn't complaining that I was bombarded with food.
Yeah. So that was our first course, and for our second course, I decided to go with the endives with goat cheese, oranges, and almonds, which I thought was very refreshing. You weren't a fan of this so much, but you have to like goat cheese. Is kind of the issue with this one.
There were a lot of flavors.
Yeah.
It was like, you know how in Ratatouille when Remy's like, oh, we'll have strawberries and cheese and put them together. It was kind of like that, because it was like flavor, flavor, flavor.
Yeah. I mean, it was kind of like a lettuce wrap that had orange and goat cheese and almonds in it.
Mm-hmm.
And there was some sort of like vinaigrette in there too. It might have just been the orange juice, but it tasted like vinegary to me.
It was kind of like oily almost.
Right.
Like,
I don't know.
it left something on the plate.
Yeah.
It leaked a little something.
But I thought this was very good. I enjoyed it. I thought it was very refreshing. So that's what I went with.
Mm-hmm.
And then you went with the. I'm not even going to try to pronounce these.
Espinacas a la Catalana.
Yes.
A la Catalana.
So sauteed spinach, pine nuts, raisins, and apples. What were
It
your thoughts on
was
this one?
like a warm salad.
Yeah, it was different.
I like spinach, though.
So do I.
So I liked it. But initially, I thought the apples were potatoes.
Yeah.
So that was quite a shocker when I took a bite, because I had just forgotten. I was like, oh, spinach and potatoes with some raisins, okay. And then it was an apple.
Yeah.
But it was very good.
It was. I did like it. I wish there was some sort of, I don't want to say dressing, because it wasn't like a typical salad because it was hot, but it lacked something to me. I don't know.
I liked it.
It was still very good. yeah, I had no complaints at all with the whole meal really. So it was all delicious.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then for our third course, we decided to go with the Croquettes de Pollo,
Mm-hmm.
and this one I had heard so much about, and was so excited to try this one. This is the chicken fritters, and this one it's really the presentation that kind of gets me, because it's like a ceramic pillow that they're presented on, and there's just four little. You said they look like mozzarella sticks.
Yeah. Tired mozzarella sticks.
Yes, they needed a rest. But flavor-wise, it was, I think you described it well, it was like chicken pot pie fried.
Breaded and fried.
But
How they do this, I don't know.
it was delicious, but I wish there was more. That's my only complaint with this one, was I wish there was
Right.
more than just four. But it was very good. I thought so. at
Yeah,
least.
it was good. The flavor was chicken pot pie, but there weren't any vegetables in it.
Right.
So
Yeah.
just know that when we say chicken pot pie, it's like
The cream
and the meat.
Right.
You're not gonna get like veggies in there too, and they're also like this big.
yeah. Fun fact, you cannot cut this thing. I tried cutting it and it just kind of burst.
Yeah.
So it's more of a pick it up and eat it type of thing. But
Mhm.
yeah, it was delicious. And then our other option from this third course, was the potatoes.
Patatas bravas.
Yes, you're going with the Spanish pronunciations.
Mm.
And this one was just fried potatoes with a spicy tomato sauce and aioli. And this one was very good. I mean,
No complaints. It's
Yeah.
potatoes.
potatoes, can't go wrong with the potatoes. The tomato sauce did have a bit of a kick if you took a lot of it,
Mm-hmm.
but if you aren't a fan of spicy food, I feel like you can just avoid the red sauce and be okay.
And it wasn't that hot.
No, it was not. The aioli, I guess, would help with the heat a little bit too,
Mhm.
but all the flavors in this all the flavors in this dish were pretty good. I thought the spicy tomato sauce though I thought was very like
Mhm.
smoky tomato. It was good.
In general, that course was
Yeah, the winner.
probably our favorite overall.
Yeah, the third course there.
Mm-hmm.
And then for our actual like entree course, we decided to go with the shrimp, the garlic shrimp,
Mm-hmm.
and these were good.
Mm-hmm.
The shrimp here was better than our other shrimp dish, which was the paella of the day, which the paella today was a shrimp and pork sausage, just kind of mix with the rice and whatnot. Both were good, but
The paella didn't come out really hot. It was warm, but it wasn't hot. I think I would have vibed with it more had it been.
true.
It seemed like it'd been sitting a bit or something. I don't know.
Yeah, and the paella to me was a bit bland. Could have used some more spice. It was still good, but I think of the courses, this might have been the weakest course to me, at least.
Yeah, I liked the other dish.
The shrimp.
Mm-hmm. It was kind of like it wasn't a fourth course. It was like a fourth course. You know?
Yeah, exactly. It was so the shrimp was just like a shrimp and a garlic sauce.
And after the third course being so good, I
True.
feel like that was kind of. It was gonna be a letdown after that unless it just kept getting better and better.
True. So, not the best course there, but still a fantastic meal. Didn't like ruin the meal or anything. But then the dessert portion, we had the choice of flan and sorbet, and our original plan was just to get one of each since they only have the two desserts. We could try each other's whatnot. But our server said the sorbet is nothing special, just orange sorbet. So we decided to get two flans. And I thought the flan was wonderful. It was served with a whipped cream that ended up being like an orange whipped cream.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was delicious, very creamy. The flan itself, it paired nicely with the orange. They seemed to like orange flavor at this restaurant.
Yes, there was a lot of citrus, lots of orange in general.
Yeah, it was good. Would definitely get that again.
Mm-hmm.
So, what were your thoughts on the flan?
Oh. I was a little concerned about the flan because when I was in Spanish class in high school, somebody made an elote flan. So I thought, and I did not like it. So I thought all flan tasted like corn. So, much to my surprise and delight, this did not taste like corn. So, I have a new appreciation for flan because all of it doesn't taste like corn.
Yeah. And
we learned things today. We learned that not all flan tastes like corn.
We did learn things today.
We also had some sangria.
Yes, we ordered a half pitcher of their kind of just classic sangria. It was $24 for a half pitcher. And it ended up being like 3.5 little glasses each.
The glasses are very small.
Yes.
In general, it looked kind of like we were seated near the bar, kind of, and it looked like kind of in general a lot of the drinks were kind of small.
Yeah, but I thought the sangria was very good.
It was a great value. It was $24 for
3 drinks each.
Yeah, it was way plenty for us.
So.
But then our server, because of the kind of mix-ups with the kitchen and everything, he brought us out some white wine.
Yes.
We don't know what it was.
It ended up being sparkling, so we know that at least. And there are only 2 sparklings on the menu. One of those being a rosé. So it wasn't a rosé. So we think it was their other one, but not 100% sure. But it was very kind of him to do that. We weren't expecting that at all.
No.
So
our server was great.
Yes, server was phenomenal. His name is
Kevin.
So we go back there, request him rather. His recommendations were outstanding. He kind of like walked us through this tasting menu and told us like his favorites and everything, and they were all great recommendations, I thought. So
He was nice, he was fun, he was really attentive.
Yeah.
A great server.
Yes. And then lastly, when it came time to pay the check, so fun fact, I asked about the discounts, and they do have an annual pass discount, but because of the Magical Dining Month being like a charity type of meal, they did not honor the discount, which I completely understand. However, I also asked, because I had heard rumors about it a couple months ago when kind of COVID was a few months in, and so I asked about if there were any discounts for healthcare workers. And he said, "Oh, are you a healthcare worker?" And I said, "Yes, I'm a pharmacist." So he asked to see my pharmacist license and ended up comping my portion of the meal, which did not really expect that to happen because of the charity thing again. But yeah, so if you are a healthcare worker, I definitely recommend checking Jaleo out because Chef Jose Andres comes from a family of healthcare workers and has stated that he wants to just support healthcare workers in this time of crisis.
Because they're supporting everyone. They're supporting their communities. They're supporting America.
Right. So his way of showing his gratitude for healthcare workers is to provide free meals for them for the rest of 2020, which I thought was very sweet. So highly recommend checking Jaleo out if that applies to you. But yeah.
And if not,
still check it out. I thought it was very good.
Yeah.
This won't go up in time for the Magical Dining Month before that ends, but for next year, if it's on there again, I would recommend checking that out if you're planning on traveling around like early fall.
But these items are on the menu.
Yes.
Other times too.
True. But yeah, and then after Jaleo, it started raining, so we didn't get to explore Disney Springs as much as we would have liked.
We also took a long time at Jaleo.
Yeah, it seemed interesting because it was rushed so much at the beginning, and then it just kind of like calmed down almost too much. We were there for a little over 2 hours, I think. So
close to it at least.
Yeah. Definitely not rushed meal. It was a little weird at the beginning, but overall it was not a rushed meal at all. Once again, our server was phenomenal, but got to be about 8 o'clock or so by the time we left Jaleo, and it was raining, but I wanted to check out some Halloween snacks. So we made our way over to the Ganachery, and I actually picked up, they have these chocolate skulls. I'll put a picture up because I think it's going to be the glare right now. But they are 65% chocolate or cacao, dark chocolate skulls with a caramel ganache in the center. So very intricate, I think. Very detailed skulls. They also have a mini pinata, or like a Frankenstein pinata, which I thought was very cute. On the more expensive side, but the ganachery is on the more expensive side. But we saw a couple pinatas go while we were waiting there for them. But yeah, fun stuff. Some other places in Disney Springs also have some Halloween snacks, but it's a far walk and it was raining, so we decided not to venture out that way.
Right.
But yeah, I thought overall it was a wonderful evening, wonderful dinner. Would highly recommend Jaleo. Check it out if you haven't gone yet. But yeah, I think that's going to do it for this video and this evening.
It's late.
It's late.
We check out tomorrow, so we have some packing to do.
Yes. But we have some breakfast in the morning, so...
More food!
More food. We'll be bringing you along with us for that. So thank you so much for watching, and be sure to check out Jaleo if you thought any of this sounded good or looked appealing to you. And we will see you next time.
See you real soon.